Plus, I'd love to see what they could do. I'd love to see what they could do. And like, let me know if you really do want me to play the first Huniepop game again, because I'd really want to do that. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Floz MG back with another episode of Tear Up, and this time we are ranking the bodacious babes of Huniepop and Huniepop 2. We're excluding Huniecam Studio because I'm not as big of a fan of that game as I am of the other two. They're actually what Huniepop is, a match 3 dating sim RPG sort of game thingy. Without further ado, let's get to ranking these women. Misogyny! Before this video starts, I just want to say that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and you can always change your mind in the future. Now back to the video. The rankings for this video are as follows. God tier. Keep the panties. Second date. We should do this again sometime. And cancelled. There's a reason why some of those tiers are named what they are. Keep the panties. That was sort of a function in the first game where if you successfully had 5 dates with a girl and the last day was at night, you would get an opportunity to sleep with them. I'm just gonna say it bluntly. You just get a chance to fuck them, sleep with them, fuck them, whatever, however you want to word it. And if you succeed, you get a souvenir pair of panties from them. Why can't real life work like that? And like, I've only played the second game of Huniepop on my channel, like Huniepop 2 Double Date. But do let me know if you want to see me play the first game. I did a couple episodes of it way back when my channel first started. And I kind of stopped it because it wasn't really doing well. But hey, maybe it could do better now. Let me know if that's something that you would want to see. But for now, for our rankings, first up we have from Huniepop 2, we have Abia, who, from what we know, works as a TSA agent giving pat-down and strip searches. So many quotations. Abia is the definition of a sexually deprived female, because I don't know exactly where in the world she's from, but from what she said and what I know, her family does not approve of her dating. So she has been deprived of her sexual desires and had to keep them down. Which, ironically, keep down. But either way. Abia is a very sexual being, so it was no problem at all trying to get threesomes with her in Huniepop 2. Not in the least. But I'm ranking this off of, if I would go out with them in real life, would I? And you know what? For Abia, I don't think I'm exactly going to put her up in God tier, but I'm definitely going to be giving the panties for years to come. Maybe not years to come, because maybe someone new will come along and I'm going to have to either hide or dispose of. Okay, I'm gonna end this conversation right now. Next up, from the first Huniepop, we have Aiko Yumi. She is a professor and or teacher at the university, if you can't tell by that. This video is going to get me demonetized so fast. If not demonetized, then age restricted. Why am I saying demonetized? I don't get monetized for this shit anyway. But Aiko Yumi, she is a teacher at the university. We never learned the name of it. But, yo, like, I don't know if you can tell from this video. I don't know if you can tell from this image or from the game itself, but this particular woman is Asian. MILF, just so many great things in one. Plus, I'm just gonna say, if I were a student, I would be getting detention day in, day out, day in, day out. I may even do ISS, in-school suspension. Spend the whole day with her now. But yo, Aiko Yumi, she's one bad motherfucker. But straight up, I'm at least gonna be getting a second date. At least a second date with Miss Aiko Yumi. Next up, from Huniepop 2, we have Ashley. From what we know about Ashley, she is a model who was doing a shoot out in the island of Inedepuna. She has a little cousin who we'll get to later in this video. What else do we know about Miss Ashley? We met her at the very beginning of Huniepop 2 because she was our little play date from... why am I beating around the bush? We fucked her in the very beginning. And I'm assuming by the accent, I think she's Australian? I could very well be wrong, but from the accent, that's what I'm gathering. But hey, with Ashley, she can get me singing Red all day. I definitely would. Maybe not got to here yet, but definitely would. Ugh. From Huniepop 1, the original, next up we have Audrey. It's either Audrey or Aubrey. I believe it's Audrey. And she's described in the game as a mega bitch. Even when I believe you try to sleep with her, yep, she's still very mega bitchy. Like, she'll find a way to complain about everything. She'll complain if her latte is slightly cooler. She'll complain if you don't get her order on time, if you don't want to hang out at a certain place, if your stroke game ain't right. She'll find a way to complain. And you know what? We don't need that. We as men do not need that shit. Well, maybe we need a little bit of it, but not that much of it. Besides, even if she weren't like that 100% of the time, I still probably wouldn't. No. Next up from Huniepop 1, we have Belly. She is more so a very shy and, what's the word? Conservative type of person? Not conservative in that sense, but very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. She's very shy and to herself. She doesn't like to put herself out there. We'll say it that way. But even so, there's just something very likable about that. Very likable about someone sort of like shy like that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is like that, but it just is. With Belly, I might actually have to put her midway. Not too good, but not too terrible. Right there in that even midsection. Next up, we got another one from Huniepop 2. We have Brooke Belrose, who I believe is the wife of the owner of the resort on Ina de Puna. So she went out to, I guess, run things and have her own sort of little bit of fun there. And when she met Jesse, she decided to call us a damn sugar baby. So that knocked her down a little bit off the list. But hey, I ain't gonna deny the appeal of a MILF. I ain't gonna deny that at all. But still, just Brooke as a whole, and when I first saw the, maybe not the trailer, but like a poster board for Huniepop 2, I actually thought Brooke was Aiko. But apparently not. I believe... Yeah. We should do this again sometime, quote unquote. Next up, also from Huniepop 2, we have Candace and/or Candy. She works as an exotic dancer at the local strip club. Her name probably is Candy at the strip club, which would make so much sense. And she has said this, she would blow you behind an alley for $20. We suggested maybe she should raise it. She's like, really? Raise it to maybe $25? There's only so much I can take in terms of intellect, but so much lack thereof with this bitch. It doesn't help her case, but it's definitely not a complete deal breaker. Maybe we could do it again sometime. Next up is a character from the first Huniepop, which is sort of a secret character that you have to unlock. Next up, we have the beautiful alien chick, Celeste. This blue beauty right here can put... Oh my... She even has this red suit where it goes up and has nipple clamps on it. I mean, come on. That is just... What kind of... I don't even have any goddamn words. Still, this blue chick can put Nebula to shame. She may not be a god, but she's from space, which is the next best thing. Plus, I'd love to see what they could do. I'd love to see what that could do. And like, I actually, let me know if you really do want me to play the first Huniepop game again, because I'd really want to do that. Next up from Huniepop 1, who also made appearances in Huniepop 2, we have Jessie May. Jessie May. She is an adult film actress who has a bit of a habit of smoking and really loves leopard print. But ayo, I would never turn down a night with her. I would never fucking turn down a night. Who knows? Maybe we could work out a little business transaction where we do a little bit of a film together. I make a couple bags. And we keep doing that over and over again until we're fucking rich and famous. I mean, in her world, she probably is already famous. But hey, pass some of that my way. Hey, you know what, Jessie May? She can get it. She can fucking get it. We love MILFs over here. Next up, also from Huniepop 1, we have Kiana. From what we know about her, she is a gymaholic, I want to say. I don't know if that's a word, but maybe a workoutaholic? I don't know what the term is. Point is, she goes to the gym a lot. She also has a little boy from a previous relationship where the dude was kind of a... He was kind of a dick. We're just going to say that he was kind of a dick. So then we eventually step in, and actually, now that I think about it, she also technically qualifies as a MILF, because she has a little one. And you know what? We love MILFs over here! We fucking love them! I'm definitely going to need to move one of them up to God tier at least. We'll probably decide on that later, but for now we're going to keep them where they are. Next up from both Huniepop 1 and 2, sort of like your guiding hand into all of these dates, we have the love fairy Q. Without Q, we would never be where we are today if it wasn't for Q. We would be nowhere. We would be nowhere. We would still be at home playing whatever goddamn bullshit game we're playing. Plus, just from that face, hey, you know she really fucking wants it. And there was actually a point in the second game where she said corporate said that they had to stop banging their clients. What kind of bullshit rule is that? Bang them day in and day out, I say. And Q, as a love fairy, can sort of technically qualify for a god in the god tier level. Next up from Huniepop 2, we have Leilani, who works as a masseuse at the Huniepop Resort. I forgot what it's called. The Lovely Hotel. That's what it was called. Either way, she works as a masseuse, getting right up in those nuts, baby. Hey, honestly, I would just purposely put my back in nostrils here. Honestly. Believe she's Polynesian? I could be very wrong about that. But I believe I remember her saying that. Like, she complains that her, like, nose is too small. Hey, noses are good in any shape and size, almost. Like, she gives off that little bit of an insecure vibe, but baby, you're beautiful. Love yourself. For dating Leilani, I think I'm going to go midway with it, cause like I don't necessarily know if something like that would work out, but we'll give it that middle chance. Remember when I was telling you about Ashley's little cousin? Here we go. We have Lillian, or Lil for short. And I don't know if you could tell, but she is a little bit dark. Really into goth, hating the world, thinks everyone wants her to fucking die, just doesn't see the point in life. Like, even in the game, we had to make sure we had the all clear. So, like, we asked her, like, we indirectly asked, like, how old is she? And she eventually said, like, I'm not a little kid anymore. I'm 18 or something like that. And, hey, 18, all clear for takeoff. Alright now. Like, the goth and absolutely hating the world, even though the state of the world is in right now, we really should hate it. It's not a complete deal breaker for me. But it does put it down a good bit. Next up, we have one of the girls that was in both Huniepop and Huniepop 2. We have Lola Rembright. Ooh, and that name, just that name is beautiful. Lola works as a flight attendant on Tropica Airlines. That sounds right. I think she also worked at a cafe as a waitress for a little bit. I don't remember, but that also sounds a little bit right. She's a real go-getter, thrill seeker, all that shit. I also believe she actually started her own fashion line as well, which, hey, maybe Ashley will someday model. But for now, we're not talking about Ashley. We're talking about Lola. Talking about Lola, this fucking queen right here. Now, I would love for her to give me a membership to the fucking Mile High Club. Yo, for plus being in both games, I mean, she's got to go up there. And you know what? Also for that statement, we're going to go ahead and move Jessie up there as well. We're not going to wait till that, and we're going to do it right now. But next, oh no. Next up, one of the secret characters in Huniepop, we have Momo. Is a fucking cat girl who I think believes that she really is a cat. I don't remember what you have to do in order to get her, but I wish to never do it ever. Cause like there is some weird shit I could get on board with. This is never going to be it. You know what? It's so much never going to be it that I'm going to put it in the place where it knows that's never going to be it. Cause it's never going to be it. But hey yo, doing a complete 180. Ayo. We got Nikki from Huniepop 1. Yo, like, if she existed somewhere in real life, just came up to me and said, hey, would you want to go out sometime? Fucking immediately. I don't know why I love Nikki so much. I think because Nikki is a little bit shy and just like sort of assumes the worst. Maybe she's also really big into video games, and I mean just look at that right there. I mean, come on. If that's not gonna get me age restricted, what will? But ayo, for real. Nikki is great. Nikki is fucking great. Next up from Huniepop 2 we have Nora, who is actually, we learned very late in the game at some point. We actually learned she's Kiana's cousin. You know, Kiana, the beauty with the little 2-year-old from the relationship that didn't work out, where we stepped in and kind of got some bunani. Yeah, that Kiana. We're not talking about her. We're talking about Nora, who, like, from what I know, she says, like, things are a little tight around with money, and, like, her cousin's got a kid, aka that's Kiana. And, like, she actually stole something from Lola, but decided to give it back. But you know what Lola said with that story? You know what? Keep it. It's the least she could do. But like there aren't any like key features that want me to move it up or down. So I think we'll keep it right in the middle. Right in the middle. Next up from Huniepop 2 we have Polly. Polly is a beauty teleuber, which is I guess that world's version of YouTubers. And there was actually one interesting factor in Huniepop 2. At the very beginning, there's a selector to choose Polly's junk, which I didn't understand at first when it said innie, then outie. But as the game progressed, I realized that's what it means. Cause like when we got around her, like the honeybee couldn't pick up her, like couldn't like sense that she was around. But then eventually it did. I think that's because Polly is transgender. Like, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that kind of caught me a little bit off guard. Because, just, hey, not gonna lie, she banging. She's kind of banging. And also with Polly there, I don't really think there's anything that's making it a real deal breaker. So, you know, I think we're also going to put it right in the middle. Midway. Alright, oh great. Next up we have Sarah, who names herself Suki. Oh my god, I hate that so much. Freaking white bitch trying to be a Japanese anime weeaboo. Oh my. Honestly, if I ever met this girl in real life, I would stalk her. Like, there's being a little bit of a weeb, then there's this. This is just a little too much. This is just a little too much. And like, I think you can tell from my statements where she ends up. Baba Saba. Next up we have from Huniepop 1, Tiffany May. And I know what you're thinking. May, why does that sound familiar? Because earlier in the video I introduced Jessie May, who is in fact her mother, who I think had her at 16 or 20 or 18, one of those ages when she had her. I don't remember exactly when she had Tiffany, but that's when she had her. Tiffany, from what I know, studies at the university that Aiko teaches at, and I guess as you can see, is a cheerleader there. Who, oh man, cheerleader, baby, come on! Tiffany, her I could definitely see. And believe me, we will indeed keep them. Next up from Huniepop 1, also one of the quote-unquote secret characters. Once you bang every character in the game, like go on all 5 dates with them, eventually have the night date, and I don't know any other sounds that mean that. Either way, once you do all that with every other character, she appears. Venus. Venus is the goddess of love. I don't remember if I introduced her, but yeah, Venus is the god of love. Or the goddess of love, rather. Like, I wish there was more I could say, but just, she's the goddess of love. And being the goddess of love, she belongs in the god tier. It kind of fits. Next up, the last character from Huniepop 2 is Zoe, who's a really sort of weird cyber chick who somehow knew our mission to save the world from the Nymphogen and could somehow sense that Q was nearby. Very creepy. Spirits speak to her. Very creepy all around. A little bit of a deal breaker, but still not completely. Like, we should do this again sometime-ish. But in all, after some rearranging, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. I've been Floz MG. This has been ranking all the characters from Huniepop, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Bye!
Bitch, I ain't your hero. Don't call me a savior. Think I'm out of control, that's just my behavior. I'm bringing the house down, major devastation. You don't gotta worry.